Welcome back for this So Over It garden tour and my seemingly endless task list for overwinter projects. Now, we are almost to fall. I recorded this on September 16th, I believe it is. I still need to dig some strawberries and get that bin moved over here and dirt in it. Not planting this fall, but probably potatoes in the spring. These are looking good. I am going to try and overwinter them inside, I think. And so I need to find homes for them. I would like to clean up these iris. They have started dying back, and about half of them I need to dig out and move somewhere. Problem is, I don't exactly know where I'm moving them to yet, but they aren't getting enough light to bloom under here. The lemon tree, we are preparing a home for it inside already. I've got about half of this tulip bed. I don't know why I call it a tulip bed. It's full of buttercups, one naked lady, and some lilies. Anyway, the rosemary died last year. Probably try and get another one of those going next year. I do have the one potato that has sprouted from a couple weeks ago. The sedum and mums that I got moved are looking fabulous this fall. The sweet potatoes I'm going to try and take out at the beginning of October. And the kale is really making a comeback. Some of it does still look meh. And I need to clean up the rest of those leaves. A lot of them, it was like I took as much as I could, but left the ones that look best. So it had something. And I just need to go finish cleaning those up. I've got some bracketed wasps around, and so those are seriously helping out in that realm because I never did get it sprayed or DE'd, which is how I choose to typically deal with the cabbage moths because I can't really tent them out here. The glads, I don't know what I'm doing this year. Last year I left them up all winter, cut them down in the spring. The year before that I took them down in the fall. And the year before that, I dug them. I know I'm not digging them. Part of me wants to take them down this fall once they start browning some more. This mulberry tree definitely needs a trim before winter so it's not brushing up against the houses. And then the jewelweed along the house, I think I'm okay with that next year. I've been putting some old shirts and stuff underneath this pallet walkway, and that's going really well in terms of weed barrier. I'm going to continue on that project. I just need to weed it again first, and then I would like to get some skirting put on the outside edge of this stairs thing to hopefully kind of cut off the light supply for the poison sumac. Hopefully that will work, but it will be a bear to get cut and positioned because I can't move the stairs. So I'm going to be working through a fence. So yeah, that'll be lovely. Lots of bumblebee activity this year. Some honeybees, some other stuff. We've had a lot of wasp activity, but like no wasp nests like we've had in previous years. So it seems to mainly be beneficial wasps that we've been having. The asparagus bed is looking not so photogenic like it normally has been. It is still continuing to grow, maybe a bit slower than I would like, and part of that is due to the shade of this pokeberry plant that I would like to take back to the fence so it's not dropping berries on top of my asparagus bed. And then the asparagus would be able to get more light. Now, it has more light in the early spring, so I would like to clean up underneath this forsythia bush that is split from the tree that grew up the middle of it. I don't know. At some point I might take it out, but I really don't. I did pick a cucumber while I was out here and didn't think to get it on camera. But here is one of those wasps I was telling you about. Not completely fixing the damage. Well, I mean, it's not going to fix the damage, but not completely preventing the damage, but it does seem to be helping. The bronze leaf fennel experiment. Fennel is supposed to help deter cabbage moths. I either didn't plant nearly enough of it, or it doesn't help all that much, or maybe you have to have the bulbing kind to do that. I don't know. Those are brackenid wasp eggs, by the way. I'm kind of torn on the idea of the beneficials laying the eggs on the thing that I want to pick. If you know, let me know if I need to be the cherry tree in some way. I don't know. The maple tree is almost caught up with this peach tree for size. The peach tree I am working on a pruning plan for. Obviously I need to limb up where I'm having trouble mowing under it. And it's planted on a diagonal. I'm not sure why we did that, but it had been like growing up through some stuff, so I'm thinking it may have had something to do with that when we planted it, and that was the only way I could get it in the ground. But like pruning plans, like they're all based on a vertical tree. I don't know. That poor tree is interesting. The naked ladies, I think what I'm going to do is take the seed heads. They were leathery, so I couldn't break it open. Rather than dry, I'm going to kind of cut those off and plant them between the naked ladies I have and the fence. And hopefully that way I can tell if it worked or not. I want to put rhubarb here next year. There is a little bit of shade from the elephant tree behind here, but not a lot. It actually gets pretty good sun overhead all day long. Was really surprised to see more flowers on the tomatoes. They are taking forever to ripen. So basically, as soon as they are blushing, we are pulling them and bringing them inside to ripen. Still need to chop and drop the comfrey again and clean up. I never did get all the trays planted, so I need to get them cleaned up, and the cucumber I planted in here pulled, or maybe it was a loofah, I don't know. Anyway, all of that stuff needs to come out of here and get cleaned up. The cardboard is for the strawberry project, and that's going to clean up that wall behind the back steps. Up along the house, I want to plant that with strawberries just as sort of a ground cover to keep weeds at bay. And then, of course, the pallet project. Those all have to be broken down before I get tagged, which I'm surprised I haven't already. Anywho, now on to another pruning project. I pruned this a lot harder than I had been this spring. I think I'm going to do that. This area over to the left is constantly reaching for the sidewalk, and it needs some more airflow in there. The bottom left limb is coming off a side branch, but it sticks out really far and is also a problem with mowing, so that one's going to come off. Over here, I trimmed out a lot that was growing straight down for some reason, and I would like to take a few more sections out that are growing wonky. But my next main thing, and then these sort of orangish leaves are oriental moth damage, so that will come off. But then this really low limb that sticks way far out, that one is also going to come off. I haven't decided if that's going to be a fall project, spring project, but anyway, a little bit at a time really adds up over a lifetime, or the winter.